So I broke my foot on the 4th of July, the morning of the 4th of July. I broke my foot cleaning up a cardboard box right there. I wasn't skating, I wasn't doing anything cool. I literally climbed up right here because there was a cardboard box that had fallen off that bridge. Picked it up, jumped down, landed on this rock right here, and my foot just rolled over itself. And at first I thought it was just like a minor sprain or something. After a couple days, it wasn't feeling any better. I got it x-rayed and I broke my 5th metatarsal in literally the lamest way possible. It was almost like a 2-month recovery, but it's September 27th at the time of filming this. I'll be back, baby. We've had this board set up for quite some time now, and it has seen, the nose is cracked somewhere. It might be under the grip tape. I don't even know if you can see it, but I think it's time to set up a new board here as sort of a fresh start, you know? So I know it's been over probably like 3 months since I've filmed for this channel. I've been busy. I've been really busy. Like probably the busiest I've ever been, honestly. I don't know if you noticed, but even just that hallway that I just came down, like that entire wall was not there before. Panning around the shop, I mean, dude, there's like a ton of stuff that we've been doing. I guess more on that later. I always like to be doing something or else I go insane, and not being able to skate also makes me insane. So I've been keeping myself occupied. But we got a box here full of skateboards. All right, let's see what we got here. They actually sent me this box quite some time ago, but I was injured, so I haven't been able to skate. Oh, scoot down. I don't even like remember how to do this whole YouTube thing, dude. What do we got? I see skateboards. Big surprise. First up, got ourselves some Arbor stickers. The box is from Arbor, in case you didn't put 2 and 2 together there. These are wrapped differently. We got this one that's wrapped in like a paper wrapping and cardboard on top, and then this one is just like a board in a box, like what I'm used to. Is this one like special or something, or was it? Oh, it's one of the pre-gripped ones. Sick. I guess we'll skate the pre-gripped one. It saves me the time of gripping a board. Just to show you the other one though, just the good old black and wood grain Arbor board. These should both be 8.25s. Yeah, 8.25, and this one doesn't have the little sticker thing on it. Holding it up though. I mean, it's the same size. So 2 8.25s. We're not changing much. These trucks, I mean, this whole setup's actually pretty new. We're just riding some Indy 139, or dude, I don't even know. I'm so disconnected from everything now. Didn't they change the way they measured Indies? Because I'm used to like 129s, 139s, 149s. And I swear when I bought those trucks, they were measured different. What do I need? God, I gotta clean up down here. This'll work, honestly. And then for wheels, I think these are Spitfire Formula 4s? Yeah. I see the remnants of Spitfire Formula 4 down there. And then, oh yeah, then we have the Juju bearings, dude. I found those in a box in my garage from when I rode for them like 10 years ago. I don't even know if they're still around. Okay. I feel like in the, 13 years I've been doing YouTube now, I've done enough board setups, so I'm just gonna hit you guys with a time lapse. Dude, I feel like such a doofus using a hammer drill and welding pliers to do this. I don't know why or why I chose these, but my hardware, come on, focus. My hardware is stupid long. It's like what, 1.5 inch hardware for whatever reason. So using like a normal skate tool doesn't fit. So I'm using like welding pliers. I can't find my other drill, so we're using the hammer drill. It got the job done, all right? That's all that really matters. Oh, see, we got you versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. Look at that bad boy. All right. Should we skate? Do I still know how to do this? How do I explain this one? So this is that board that we just set up. I guess we should back it up a little bit, huh? After I set up that board, I actually got caught up in just some yard work and personal stuff around the house, so I didn't end up skating it and breaking it in till the next day. And I got this front tail 270 that was super sketchy, so I went to clean it up and this happened. Sick. So, I mean, I did what any logical person in this scenario would do, and I kept skating the board. You know, I just spent all that time setting it up. I figured I might as well get my use out of it. And I don't know what inspired me to try switch hard flipping the stairs. I got kind of closer than I thought, and then this one, it broke all the way through. Again, I mean, the only logical thing to do here is to fix the broken board, so I grabbed some screws and screwed it together, and it held up pretty good, actually. So I went for the switch hard flip yet again, and this time broke the nose of the board.
No! God damn it!
By this point, I mean, we're in too deep. I'm far too stubborn to let this go. I was determined to land this switch hard flip one way or another. I found this piece of exterior window trim laying around, so I screwed that on as sort of a brace. Really put my carpentry skills to the test there. But sure enough, we were able to roll away from the switch hard flip. It wasn't pretty, but, you know, I'd say that board was
good as new.
I have never had that happen from any brand of skateboard before, and I'm assuming it just had to have been a defective board from Arbor, or it was sitting in here for too long. It gets hot in here, like over 100 degrees in the summer. Maybe it was just, you know, sitting in here too long because it was here for, what, 2 months while I couldn't skate. Something wasn't right, so hopefully the other board that they sent me holds up a little bit better. I also just went to the skate shop and picked up these, so I don't need to use the welding pliers anymore to get my hardware off. All right, you guys know the drill by now. We are going to try this again. There is our skateboard for the second time. Oh, let's hope this one holds up. I think it's only fair if we go for the front tail 270 again, because that's what did it last time. It can't happen twice, right? I want to do old reliable, front tail fakie, and then front tail 270 all in a line. This is exactly what happened last time. I land at first tee and then it's not quite good enough, so I want to redo it. Do I push my luck? I have to push my luck again, huh? I'll take that. I'm content with that. I mean, there's really only one logical thing to do now, and it's the switch hard flip, isn't it? The problem is I don't know what got into me that day, because I don't really do switch hard flips very often. For some reason, it was just feeling right on a Frankenstein board. Nah, first try, we're just gonna get this done. I keep trying to tell myself skateboarding's a mental game. Like, if I commit, I should land it. Or at least come close, right? We're not gonna talk about that one. That doesn't even count as a try. Why can I do that? I don't that's the only switch trick I can do. I can't switch kickflip that. I can barely switch ollie that. Why can I do that? That would be what I like to call a success. We got through the two tricks that we didn't get through last time. There's a couple of things I want to do before the sun sets. Wow, look at my ears glowing in the sun. I'm gonna shower and get changed, and then I want to give you the rundown on like what I've accomplished in the 3 months since I haven't posted. I got busy. Before we jump into all of the new and somewhat exciting things that we've done in the time that I haven't been able to skate, I want to thank Groons for sponsoring this first video back. This might look familiar to you guys. I've actually worked with them in the past before, and it's something that I've been consistently consuming, being the fact that this is almost empty. I had to leave a couple. They sent me these a while ago, honestly. I eat them every day. You're supposed to eat them every day, but I knew that I had to film this sponsored video, so I had to leave some in the bag, so I actually have some product to film. But let that be a vouch for the fact that I actually do use these every day. I haven't had mine today because I haven't filmed this yet, so I'm going to eat them now. If you don't remember, Groons are a convenient, comprehensive formula packed into a snack pack per day. It's not a multivitamin, a greens gummy, or a prebiotic. It's all of those things and then some at a fraction of the price, because that stuff can get pricey. And bonus, it tastes good. I got the sugar-free version just because I'm still counting my calories because I don't want to get thick again. The taste isn't that much different from the sugar and the sugar-free. I'm trying to show you. See, they're little, they're little gummies. I usually just eat them all at once, but I feel like that's not a good look, so I'm eating them one by one like a civilized human being. Oh, sorry, Groons. It's my habit now. They're vegan, pectin-based, not gelatin, nut-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, no synthetic sweeteners or dyes. Generic multivitamins only contain around 7 to 9 vitamins. Grunes have 20 plus vitamins and minerals and 60 ingredients, which include nutrient-dense and whole foods. Full transparency, I'm reading my talking points here to make sure I don't miss anything. This one says HSA and FSA eligible for reimbursement. I don't know what that means, but I'm assuming if you do know what that means, that's for you. Grunes contain super mushrooms, which promote brain and gut health while supporting full body health. Now keep in mind, I'm not a nutritionist or anything along those lines. Before I was working with Grunes and they sent me this, I do take, I don't know if I'm allowed to name brand names, but I take mushroom supplements, and I take a lot of the things that are actually in here separately from a bunch of different brands and whatnot, and I've since stopped doing that, because I mean, these literally have everything that I've been taking all in one, the gummy formula, and I really genuinely enjoy it. I can't talk. Also learned here, research shows that gummies are more absorbable than tablets. Fun fact. I'm gonna have a QR code somewhere on screen, as well as link in the description that you can click or scan depending on what you use to get up to 52% off. Why they chose the number 52%, I couldn't tell you. Like I said, I've vouched for them before in the past and I will continue to vouch for them. These are something I actually legitimately use in my daily life. So thank you, Grunes, for continuing to support me and what I do. It feels good to be back here on this channel, and I'm stoked that you guys chose to partner with me again. Now, without further ado, how do I take this camera off this tripod, dude? Let's get you caught up with all that we missed. Some of it's exciting, some of it's still worth telling you guys about. I want to give you the rundown of everything that we've done to the shop. This is probably the best angle to see it, honestly. I'm just gonna do a pan from left to right and see if you notice anything, huh? Maybe if we hop on down here and we take a look at the ramp from this angle, anything different? All right, I'll just tell you. The entire mini ramp, everything you see right here, used to be right there. Even after 13, not even after, especially after 13 years of doing this YouTube thing full time, I'm trying to find the balance between my professional life, what I choose to document and put online to the masses, and my personal life, what I choose to just do for my own well-being and myself, you know? I have a habit of getting this just like tunnel vision where I get so locked onto a project that I don't feel like filming it, I don't feel like documenting it, I just want to do it and get it done for myself. Kind of what happened with, honestly, everything in the shop here. I disassembled the entire mini ramp, got all of the quarter pipes down to the 2x4, no, got everything down to the 2x4s actually. Pulled off all the skate light, both layers of plywood, got everything down to the 2x4s, pushed and pulled everything over against this wall here. If you go back, I honestly don't even remember what a lot of this looks like, so this is gonna be a trip for me editing this video, but if you go back to footage of when I first bought the house, there was a wall separating both of these sides of the garage. These support beams, obviously, where there's the drop down this way, there was a wall here. It was completely separate. Pretty early on, I tore out that wall to open it up a little bit, but there was still a workbench smack dab in the middle of both sides right there. Still gotta go through and move these lights because those lights were for that workbench. I made some modifications to that workbench and it's now right there. I went through and I chopped it to size so it fits directly under that window there, and then I put a big old steel plate over the whole thing because as I get deeper into welding and fabrication, this was my previous welding table. It's what, 3 feet by 2 feet, if that even. So this was a massive upgrade to have everything grounded there. This is now my fabrication table. I got a new welder also, so I can finally practice welding aluminum because I'd love to do exhaust work and branch out into that aspect of the fabrication world. We have our MIG and TIG machine, and then here we have our AC, DC welding machine, so I can weld steel and aluminum with this. TIG welding only though. So I've been clocking in some hours practicing that, just getting my reps in, trying to get better. By moving that workbench over there, that opened up this entire area right here. When the car's not here, you can actually skate, like you can go boom, like crooked grind, nose slide in, you can go 50-50 off, like you can skate this in so many different ways. Now there's not something here. Speaking of the car, that's something, I think I showed this on this channel, but I don't really know. I don't post a lot of car stuff here. That's sort of one of my just personal things that I really enjoy for myself. So I honestly forget if I showed you guys this, but if we pop the hood, I turboed the 240. A lot of you know I got this car completely 100% untouched, bone stock. Every single thing you see that's been done to the car, I did by myself, or like a homie might have came over and helped with something. This was a first for me, taking a stock naturally aspirated motor and adding a turbo onto it and making the extra power and doing that whole thing. Injectors, fuel pump, all the supporting mods, rods needed, I did that, and that was like a hell of a project for me. And I love this car, dude. Few things bring me as much joy in life as this car, and skateboarding, and my dogs, and my girlfriend, and my family, and you guys. Because of the way that the ramp is set up, because if you remember when we were in LA, that shot you straight down that like concrete aisle down the side of the house. When we brought the ramp up here, I wanted that to be that way, because it shot you straight into that wall. It was kind of awkward going with that quarter pipe right there. But if you remember, when I first moved in, there were actually stairs that stuck out to maybe here that were bolted into that drop right there. So that's why we had it in that corner. Then eventually I removed the stairs there, and I put this, I built these stairs myself and put those in. So then there was just like a weird gap on the side here where that industrial shelving that is now over there was just resting. So that massive gray industrial shelving was right here, and it was stacked with all my metal and everything, and sometimes you'd almost smack your face on it if you're skating the quarter pipe. It was sketch. It was not an easy job to fully disassemble and scoot this thing over, what, 4 feet? That opened up this space for miscellaneous storage and tools and whatnot. It also made it so this actually shoots you out of the door, not into a quarter pipe. The plasma table was up there, but I wanted to open that up so I could do what you were saying. We're skating up there, over there, so we moved the plasma table down here. This wood is sort of just a protector while I'm skating the rail if I shoot out, my board doesn't break anything. This oven was 40 bucks on Facebook Marketplace. It's already cracked and everything, so it's just a matter of time until I slip out and break the oven, but I don't really care. This is just strictly my powder coating oven for my fingerboard obstacles, so it's a piece of junk regardless. Super portable too, so I can like pull it out and plug it into the 220 outlet if I need to. That's it for this side, but now there's a big old wall there that wasn't there before. That is the stairs that take you to the top of the shop, and before it was just open, so like if you're on the stairs you could look through that and you can see the entire shop, and there was really no differentiating the downstairs and the upstairs of the shop. You can see I still have to put the door in as well as the light. I gotta put the light in there. This is the one exception that I didn't do myself. We did hire out the drywall work. Everything else I'm gonna show you I did do myself. I mean, priming and painting and all that I did. This is just gonna be a huge quality of life having the spaces be separate. Sometimes my car smells like car and it just wafts up there and I inhale all these fumes while I'm editing. More importantly, another thing that my dad helped me with this, we put a mini split in, because as you can see, there is HVAC ran throughout this entire shop. A lot of people actually think this is the house. Like when I post the clips, they think this is just like under the house. This is the detached shop. That's the house up there. That's a crazy thing to say. I've never had a multi-structured home before. So yeah, to be able to have this for $1 million less than the house in LA. Like I can't believe it took me this long to move out of LA, dude. But what we found out is that the AC, which you can see, I'm not going up there. That's how I broke my foot. You can see the HVAC unit there. There's a separate one for the house, but they're both on the same electrical panel. So you can't run both ACs at once or else the breaker trips. And we always prioritize the house because Taylor and I both work from home and she works inside the actual home. My dad and I installed this mini split because this can stay open. I got a big ass fan for whenever I'm skating in here and everything. The top though gets miserably hot in the summer because it gets like, 100, 110 degrees Fahrenheit here. We got the mini split installed, but with the mini split installed before we had the separation of the upstairs and downstairs, all the cold air just escapes. Kind of a mess right now. I'm still in the process of doing some stuff, but this wall wasn't here. This was all just 2x4s kind of haphazardly laying around. All of this is drywalled in and textured, then I primed and painted it all. So that looks actually finished finally. The upstairs, the transformation of the upstairs is insane from what it used to look like. So then you walk down the stairs here. Again, this is all of this is new. This was all open and exposed before. Gonna come through, boom, open the door, and then you're gonna be at the downstairs, the shop. That is it for the shop, but that's one tiny little thing that I've been doing while I've been injured. Take you around to the back of the yard, the back of the property. Got a whole bunch of trees removed. That's like half of the amount of trees we got removed. And before all the tree huggers get mad at me, I myself am a tree hugger, and it was hard to commit to cutting those down. But California is really strict with fire laws and fire insurance, and it's really hard to get fire insurance. We were able to get a break in our fire insurance for clearing out, because all of this was just a dense forest, aka a forest fire hazard. A bunch of trees removed. Those are the ones that I gotta chop up into rounds and that turn into firewood. The rest of them that were small enough were chipped down into wood chips that I gotta rent a skid steer and like pave this road with wood chips. And then, oh man, we're not even close to done yet. Speaking of fire hazard, this is all pine needles that we have to rent one of those big, huge dumpsters and pull all this into that and get that hauled away. This is where we got all the trees removed, and I don't think that the previous owners ever did the proper fire care. It was probably 30 years worth of pine needles that had, like, it was feet and feet and feet of pine needles that have been collecting there over the years. It took us, actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna take credit for it. That was 90% Taylor's work, and then we hired out the last 10% to get it into this pile over here. It took her multiple weeks to just rake down this entire hill of just 30 years worth of pine needles. So those are all there. Again, we gotta get all that loaded up and hauled away because that's a fire hazard in itself. This is kind of what I mean. When I say like paving the road with wood chips, just like this, it's a good like weed liner, and it just keeps it, makes it a road kinda. Cheaper than getting them hauled away also. But then, I don't know how many of you guys care about this. I figured I'd just owe you an update because it's been so long and I didn't film anything. When we got the 40 or so trees removed, we had 40 or so tree stumps all throughout this area, right? We rented a stump grinder, and that was my first time using one of those, and we ground away all of the stumps here. Like I said, we're gonna rent a skid steer for all that, and then I wanna push all of these wood chips down and make this nice and smooth again. Our end goal for this area is, now that it actually gets really nice sun, as you can see, we want to do some terraced garden beds and have a nice little garden and fenced dog area down here, because the dogs love it now. This used to just be tree stumps all around me, and now it is sloped. It's not flat, but it is usable land now. So that was a multi-week process in itself to get it to where it is now. And then we're not done yet. This is another pile that we got to load up and get hauled away. Again, this is just pine needles and shit from raking down this entire hillside. I'm starting to put another fence in here. I have one post in, but I have room for more, obviously, because we're gonna be spending more time here. Our dogs are gonna be here. I do want a little privacy from our neighbors here. They're super nice and quiet and everything, but we do want a privacy fence. So I'm working on putting that up. And then, speaking of fences, up we go. This is our current dog area, right? Because we got like bears and mountain lions and coyotes and stuff around here, so we have to have a fenced area for them. We wanna expand this. Now that this is all usable, we wanna have this fence go all the way down and just give the dogs like this massive play area. But wait, we're not done. Coming up here, you guys remember this? Speaking of getting trees removed, this is our, so that fence is our property line. This is all of our next door neighbors stuff. They got a whole bunch of, that's a whole ass logging operation, bro. I don't know if you guys remember, I built this fence last year and everyone said, oh, you're not doing it right. It's not gonna hold up. No. This was my first time ever doing anything like this, and it came out absolutely perfect. It held up in 65-mile-an-hour winds last winter, and it is absolutely perfectly straight and plumb still. Literally no issues at all. It's rock solid, just like myself. Now that I know that I can build a fence, that brings us to the most recent project that I just started. Wow, I'm out of breath, dude. You can see I'm getting started with another fence right over here, because they got dogs, and so this is our other neighbor here. They have dogs. Our dogs get along fine. They definitely do bark at each other though, and it can get kind of annoying. And we love our privacy. Oh, I didn't even tell you I moved that. Okay, yes, I know, buddy. I know. I'll tell you about that later. But because I moved that and we have more obstacles up here now, I spend a lot of time filming up here, and I want my pride. I don't want them to see me while I'm being a YouTuber. I went through and I put all of these fence posts in because we're gonna continue that exact same fence that we have over there, just all the way down there. I know, buddy. Look at that. I'm getting pretty good at this. Putting those posts up also meant I had to rip out all of the old barbed wire fence, and that was a pain in itself. There was also a couple hours of like weed removal and blackberry bramble and a whole bunch of stuff there. You can see here, so I brought, you remember this was down on the third driveway. I dragged that all the way up with my truck and have it here now. So now we have the bump to bar, we have the box, and we have the A-frame up here with this nice open space to skate it. And you can see, I mean, they can see me from here, which is part of the reason I wanted to have that privacy fence here while I'm filming. And I want to say that, for the most part, fully up-to-dates you about everything. Some miscellaneous like irrigation stuff and gardening stuff I did, but I don't want to bore you that much. This is everything I was using for the fence posts. That has pretty much been, and obviously I didn't show you that in any specific order. For a while I wasn't able to walk without crutches, so I obviously couldn't be putting up a fence or doing that other stuff. As my foot healed, I was able to do, even though I couldn't skate, I could do more and more physically. Got the Ranger packed up for a dump run too. Yeah, that's been my life for the past 3 months, I'd say. Oh, and I've been going crazy on the gaming channel. The new Skate came out, or early access, like a month ago. I posted daily for 40 days on the gaming channel, and I'm finally letting off the gas on that a little bit so I can focus on this channel again. So now I gotta find the balance between the two. It's a lot. Of course I didn't film it, but I thought you guys might think this was funny. I'm bringing all my stuff up to the driveway because I want to finish this off with a little skate sesh. And I put my board down. I hit that pebble and it flew me backwards. The board went all the way down to the bottom there, and guess where that is? Literally right where the box was when I climbed up and jumped down to break my foot. This is like some weird karmic lesson teaching me to be more aware and conscious of my movements. I don't know. Literally, this is exactly, the cardboard box had flown off that bridge. It was right here. I walked down, jumped down there, landed on a rock, broke my foot. Not today. I'm analyzing the ground so hard right now to make sure there's no chance I can do anything bad. All right. Oh. Let's skate. Man, that's slippery for not being skated for 3 months. It's been raining too, so I kind of thought everything was gonna be sticky and rusty. I think the only thing sticky and rusty is me. We're gonna take it easy, like simple tricks only. I need to get back into the swing of things. Sticky. Yeah, and all my wax was right there, but it melted. It just doesn't exist anymore. We're gonna stick a bit. Oh my god. I just feel like wonky, like I don't feel comfortable on the board yet. Oh man, I know it wasn't much, dude. I don't want to re-injure myself by pushing myself. I think I'm getting old, man. Damn. Slow and steady. We're gonna take it slow and steady until I feel, you know, good on a skateboard again. Without giving away too many juicy details, I've already started on our next skate fabrication project. Maybe you see it, maybe you don't. Not only am I getting back into the swing of like skating again and getting back into it, but also content. I've left you guys for too long, unattended. Appreciate you all being patient with me. Got some fun stuff coming. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.